Yeah, you should go watch this. I'm gonna watch it, get myself together, and I'm gonna watch this because they're talking about autism, and I see this every day, all day. It's like the whole classroom when I'm teaching. The whole classroom all students are autism. Like, come on. I knew when my kids was little, my mother used to say it, that they are putting mercury, the same stuff that's in a thermometer, in the vaccines. Now they probably gonna take this down. I don't care because I'm not monetized. Can't shut me up. Look at Dr. Wise. I know his name is Dr. Oz, but I'm calling it Wise Wizard. Um, and whoever that is, I know who that is. That's one of the Kennedys. But why are we still, even after all these lives have been taken from the jab, we still get. I had this lady on my job just recently say to me, I'm gonna be leaving work early today. I got to go to Walmart. They got all my information on file. I said, what you going to Walmart for? What they got your stuff on file for? Oh, because I'm going to get she said she going to get the flu shot and another booster. What in the hell? I said, okay. That's your business. I ain't mad at you. You ain't me. I said, oh, okay. And then I was just staring at it. And she said, what you looking at me like that for? You think I'm crazy? And I said, well, what are you getting the flu shot for and the another booster? She said, oh, I get them every 6 months. Oh, my God. She said, you think I'm crazy, don't I? Now, if somebody got to ask you if you think they crazy, child, they know something ain't right. Anyway. So I said, your choice is your choice, ma'am. We was sitting in the break room. I said, your choice is your choice. I'm not one to argue the fact that I done did all that, been there in 21, 22, 23, 24, right here on YouTube when I had my She News channel. Listen, I cannot put nothing around your neck, strangle you, hit you in the head, kick you with a club. I can't do none of that to make you not do what you shouldn't be doing. Because the Bible teaches us that there are soldiers in our body on standby to jump and take down any sore throat, any cold, any sickness. And for everything that the soldiers in that's waiting on standby in our body can't do, the good old Lord has his green land of every flower, every fruit, every oil, everything that will heal us. But anyway, I got a question to the parents that still getting their daggone babies these Illuminati shots. Kill Illuminati shots. My question is not even because it's a statement, whatever, it might be a question. But we done seen all these people unalive from being all afraid. They even was afraid and still getting the shots. Okay? They still was getting the jabs. But my question is, they even got on a list that's new now where they want the babies. They want your children to get hepatitis B. Um, Somebody please help me understand. Why would you give a non-sexual person, a non-drug addicted person? These babies ain't on drugs and they don't take drugs and they not having sex. Why you want to get them hepatitis B shots? Like, help me understand that. Help me, somebody. Uh, I just can't. So I'm gonna watch this. I want to see what he is going to say, because I'll be floored when I show up to a classroom and all the kids, and they may have like three that's normal in there. Why them three normal kids got to go through the other kids? You know how autism is. They kick, they scream, they make noises, they hold their hands out in the air. You know, they fight the teacher, they spit, they drool. It's just chaotic. Why the normal kids got to go through that? It's crazy. Oh my goodness. And the normal child probably go home thinking something wrong with them. It's the world is turning into zombies, okay? Autism zombies, and it's sad because everybody has an autism child, one or two in their family, and this is terrible. The parents, there's no rest for the parents, and ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. I know there's no rest for the parents because ain't no rest for the teachers. Ain't no rest for the teachers. Are you kidding me? OMG. There's no rest. You hear me? None. Oh my goodness. It's just terrible. That's a commercial. There's no rest. The parents had children not for them to be like this. Are you kidding me? Oh my. It's so sad. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to tell you something. Y'all parents with the autism children and the normal ones too. Y'all need to really strongly 10,000 quadruple percent need to think about homeschooling your child. Because if you think that your autism child is going to school and I ain't even going to say it. If you think you're just think about how difficult it is for you at home. And that autism child might throw something and hit you in the head or hit one of the other kids, and you be wanting to tear you be wanting to. That's all I'm going to say. If you think that they going to school, and okay, all right, I'm going to leave it right there. Yeah, that's why I float, honey, because they doing something that ain't right. I'm out of there. I go to another school. But that's all I'm going to say. But it ain't all the schools. But it's a lot. I'm telling you. It's a lot. It is. But yeah. Why are you giving babies hepatitis B shot? Please, somebody help me understand that. They not having sex. Okay? They not using syringes and putting drugs in their arms with a needle. Why are you giving your child hepatitis shots? Okay? Help me understand that. I really, really want to understand why we allowing it. And a parent did say, when I was talking to them, a parent did say, I said, why do you think that these parents giving their children shots with mercury in it and aluminum in it? She said, because we let them. And she was telling the truth. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. Epidemic and plandemic autism. Okay? Plandemic. It's terrible. It's in the medicine. Y'all run when your child got a fever. Not me. Not me. Y'all run and give them that acetaminophen. What is it? Acetaminophen, and the Motrin. Child, they ain't had no Motrin when my mother's mother and mother was little. Y'all better do what did. Listen, that's what I did for my kids, and especially for my grandchildren. Child, giving them Tylenol. Why? Messing they liver up. Child, I'm about to get up off of here, but help me understand why. Why are the parents, even after all these people done been unalive, oh, I'm going to safeguard myself and get the vaccine, even though you seeing a trillion people every week being unalive? Like, come on. Like, come on. Who in their right mind get a child Tylenol? That's what grown-ups take. Oh, because this is a lesser dose? No. A new baby should not have nothing impeding on their liver. Not a one. Like, seriously. So I'm going to watch this, and I want to see, and everybody should be watching, especially if you got kids. My kids grown, thank you, Lord, that I woke up and I tell you this little story. But before I tell you this story, please, why? Do you know that I just talked to a secret agent, special agent, whatever they want to call themselves, and they told me that it is over 300 and something. I ain't even gonna say the name, but let's say over 300 and somethings of chemicals, HIV, and I'm gonna stop right there, in the child's shots. Okay? Whoo! Wonder why the baby's coming out with one arm or two arms and one hand, a closed eye, hair growing up on their top of their nose, hair all on their back and chest, and they a newborn. Like, come on, y'all. You and people with parents walking around like they did something wrong. You ain't do. Yeah, well, what you did was you got them shots. Come on. I remember when I was little, my mom used to say, yeah, they ain't doing nothing but putting mercury in these kids' medicine. They put mercury in it. Mercury, that's why back in the day, remember the big autism wasn't autism back in the day. It was schizophrenia. Schizophrenia, and this person going over here killing this person. Because they was putting the mercury in there, frying your brain. Same thing. We need to wake up. You and we still getting the jabs for these kids. And what is wrong? That lady said she gets every 6 months. She gets the shots, and then she act like she was mad. I said, well, you going to get the flu shot and the booster? She said, yeah, if they let me, cause you gotta wait some time in between the shots. Child, let me learn you something. When I was a young parent, I went to the doctor's office, very prestigious doctor's office too, honey, where my son used to wear suits. I got pictures to show you where he actually in the office, in the doctor's office, baby. And they, back then and there, you come in, you sign your name in, because you bringing your child after they just been born, 6-week checkup or 4-month checkup or whatever, and they tell you to sign in. I signed in, and they call your name, they call your child name, and you go back, and you take all the clothes off your baby, everything but the pamper, and they do all the vital signs, blood pressure, listen to the heart, check the weight, ask you a few questions about how the baby eating, is he sleeping, is he touching his nose, is he doing all the mobile skills that he's supposed to do. And then after they do all the vital signs, they send you back in the waiting room and tell you to leave the kids' clothes off. The doctor being to see you. And so I went in. When I came out, I was wrapping my little baby up, with his blanket. And then the little Caucasian girl was sitting next to me, and they called her. She went back, and after some time she came on out, but she was putting her baby clothes back on. And I said, back then and there, Caucasians really wasn't socializing. So to ask them a question was like, ninja, don't talk to me. But I wasn't a ninja, and I didn't care what she was thinking. I wanted to know why she was putting her baby clothes back on. And I said to her, I said, "Are you all done? Your baby all done?" I said, "You putting your you putting the clothes back on." They wanted to leave the clothes off because the doctors be going to be seeing us because the baby has to get their shots. I'm steady talking, trying to get her to talk. And she said, "Oh no, we're all done." I said, "You're not gonna get your baby shot?" She said, we don't partake in that." Girl, God, that's all I needed to hear. Now, I'm a little chocolate girl. I'm a chocolate drop, okay? I don't have the complexion for the connection, but guess what? I got the remedy in my memory, okay? How about that? So when she said that, I started putting my baby clothes on too. I felt like I robbed something, like I was getting ready to get locked up because that's how they do us, right? So the nurse came out and she said, "Oh, no, 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 no. Leave your baby clothes off. The doctor will be in to see you soon." I said, "No, the doctor be calling you in so he can see your baby. Your baby has to get shots." So I said the same thing the little white girl said. I said, "Oh no, we won't be partaking in that." Now I'm a young kid, so it didn't come out with any confidence. I said, we won't he not we won't be getting it. We won't be partaking in that. Just like that, all stumbling all over my words. And she said, "What?" Oh, wait. She went in the back, honey, went and got the doctor. He came out in his little white, clean, crispy clean doctor's jacket and his suit and his Gucci loafers. And he said, "Is there a problem?" And I said, "No, there's no problem." He said, "Oh, the nurse told me that you were leaving without getting your child's shots." I said, "Yeah, we don't partake in that." I'm telling you, I was so scared. It was almost like I was at the principal's office. I'm a young parent. I'm 19. And really, my mental was about maybe 16, 17, because I ain't did nothing before. I don't stand up to adults. That's not what I'm accustomed to doing at that age. So he says, "Oh, no, you have to get your child shots. You won't be able to work. Your child ain't gonna be able to go to daycare. All this stuff, right?" So I'm like, what? So I'm looking at him. I'm all scared. I'm about to take my child clothes back off and sit there like a sitting duck. And then I said, "Nope. That girl was young like me. I'm going to keep on putting my son's clothes back on, and we out of here." So the doctor sat down beside me. Now I'm in the waiting room. The waiting lounge. The doctor says, "You have to come back in here. I'll come on. I'll take you next. I'll take your child next." First of all, I didn't know then what I know now. They get paid back then. They was getting paid hundreds of dollars. I ain't gonna tell you what they get paid for every vaccine that they take, that they give. Right? Especially if they do 2 and 3. Child, please, they could pay their mortgage and their car note in the same month. Um, so I started putting my child clothes on, and I'm thinking like, I wish my mother came with me. I wish my cousin came with me. This is what I'm thinking because I'm scared now. And then he's telling me, you could get in a lot of trouble if you don't get your child shots. And that's kind of like against the law. Like, he really was scaring me up because he wanted another pair of Gucci shoes. He wanted another pair of Gucci loafers with the horse bit on the front. And then something came in my spirit, and I said, "Well, can you give me some literature to read up on it?" And he looked at me. If his brain could talk, it looked like he was saying, "But, be," the B word. "I ain't getting you nothing." But he jumped, he patted both of his legs and rose up out the chair and was like, "Yeah, we'll get you some." And then the nurse came out and shoved it in my hand. Well, honey, I did not care because guess what? I got two healthy boys, okay? Two healthy boys, all right? They had pink eye from going to the daycare. These other kids come in, they got pink eye, conjunctivitis. And I go home, tell my mom, my grandmom say, go out to that, go yonder out there to that park and go get you some dirt. Dig you up some dirt and bring it back home. Don't get the dark brown dirt. You get that clay-like dirt. Hallelujah. Child, don't start me. And I dug it up, brought it back to my grandma. I said, is this it, Grandma? She said, yeah, that's it. She said, now spit in it and rub that in your child's eye. Let me tell you about the number 3. In 3 days, that pink eye, aka technical name for this conjunctivitis, was gone. Okay? And my child went back to the daycare. Listen, we only do people only do to us what we allowed to do to them. Everybody know that I raised my grandson 19 whole years. And he got away with it for all these years, but in the 10th and the 9th, 10th and 11th and 12th, he would come home. He told me I can't come back to school because they don't have no records on file for my shop. I said, boy, you better go on back to school. He said, I can't go. Boy, go on back to school. He went back to school. We kept doing it all the way until he graduated. They would do it whenever they check, I guess, every once a year, whatever. And listen, no shots for you, buddy. No, we don't partake. And then I wrote a letter and had it notarized, signed it and dated, and had them have it on file. We don't partake in that. Sorry. But I don't know what's up with the parents nowadays. They just fall in line and do whatever they tell them to do to their children. But y'all need to go watch this. It's on live now from Fox. But I want y'all to check out Dr. Eyes. Eyes. Looking kind of creepy, huh? Yep. Look at that. But anyway, what's going on with his eyes? Oh, are y'all seeing that? All right, so listen, go watch that. Y'all better wake up. There's a reason why they tell women don't take medicine while you pregnant, but they tell them not to take medicine while you pregnant as if they care about the child that ain't even here yet. Well, it's here, but it hasn't arrived and showed its person. But as soon as it get here, you want to shoot it up, bang, bang, with some Tylenol, some Motrin. And Tylenol must be the most potent one because one of them, they write you a prescription for dear life. The Motrin is the one that they wouldn't give. I know that's the one I remember. They wouldn't give you that much. Oh, you get that off the counter. The prescription, they want you to hurry up and go get that, shoot them up, bang, bang. But we need to wake up. And then we wonder why our kids acting out. They screaming and kicking and hollering because they drugged up. Let me leave this alone. That's what the shots do. The shots are not protecting nothing. Okay? So let me watch this. This. I can't believe it. President Trump makes announcement on autism. He should have been spoke about it. He should have spoke about it before it even got to this point. Child. But I ain't gonna blame the man because it seemed like the world, if somebody get a splinter in their toe, they blame this guy right here. Listen, point the finger at yourself. Okay? Because the word says he gives you the right mental to make the right decision and trusting in him. I'm trusting no man out of here with that. Point the finger at, we got to point the finger at ourselves. We the one telling the doctor, oh, doctor. And then you want, if it's protecting you, why it ain't protecting your child from the fever that it getting almost be unalive from these shots? Like, help me understand that. Child police. Anyway, let me get on.